Hello, queens. Hello, ladies. It is your girl, Lady Dar here. Hello, welcome back to Walking Them Shoes podcast, sponsored by the Anchor. And listen, ladies, it's such a beautiful, beautiful evening. Actually, it's a night. I'm sorry. It's probably actually in the morning. I really tried to bring you this podcast on Wednesday before 12 midnight, but nonetheless, it didn't happen. It didn't happen. But nonetheless, your girl showed up. She showed up with burning eyes, tired eyes, sleepy eyes, but I showed up. And I showed up because I care enough about you. This is your girl, leading Lady Dar here, coming before you live on the Anchor, sponsored by Spotify. Walking Them Shoes podcast, ladies. Walking Them Shoes is an empowerment firm. We inspire, we encourage, and we uplift women wherever they are on their journey of becoming. And it is your girl, leading Lady Dara here, the founder of this wonderful, wonderful organization. I am a certified Christian life coach. I am a mentor. I am a mindset motivator. I am an author. I am a child of God, a woman of God, a mother, a grandmother. And I'm just so happy to be back before you. I missed probably actually two podcast episodes. But I'm here. I missed two, and Lord knows I would have loved to have been here to speak to my ladies and encourage my ladies on, anytime, any opportunity that I get. But certain circumstances, sometimes we just don't have control over. And, when you're wearing the many hats and doing all of the things, sometimes it gets a little tough and it begins to wear on your body. And that's where I was at. So nonetheless, I'm here and I'm 2 minutes into this recording, and I still don't feel like I showed you ladies much love. So I want to applaud you ladies. I want to take the time and applaud you ladies on today for taking the time to listen to this podcast, because it is going to be inspirational. I won't be before you long. I just want to share this episode is going to be a part two. There's going to be a part two to this episode. The topic of this episode is going to be prosperity. Prosperity, ladies. I'm coming to inspire you because I want to see you. I want to see you, and I want to also help you blaze the trail to success. And with Walking Them Shoes podcast, we touch on so many different things that will inspire women, that will encourage women. There's times that it will cause a woman to cry, shed those tears, make that release happen so that way she can be filled up with joy. And any way that I can help, I'm going to do that, ladies. I'm going to do it. So I'm trying to reach you ladies from every angle, from YouTube. If you're not already following me or subscribed to the channel, please head over to Walking Them Shoes YouTube channel. And that YouTube channel, you will actually be able to see my face and, hear, listen in on what I'm speaking about, what I'm encouraging you to do. And also here on Anchor, which is sponsored by Spotify. So, I also am on Instagram under Walking Them Shoes, as well as Facebook. So, I'm just excited, and it's enough about what I do. I'm here. I want to just be able to just drop all this in your lap, ladies, because I believe it's going to be a word that will bless you. So when you're listening to this one, stay tuned. I may not make you wait until next Wednesday to listen to the part two of this, but on today, your girl's going to deliver this word. And this word here is prosperity. Okay. So I don't get a chance as often as I like to really prepare as long as I would like, but there's times when it hit me and I jot it down, write it down, and type it out and try to prepare something that I think that would not just bless me, but bless you ladies as well. So On prosperity, I know you all know what prosperity is. I'm jumping right in, ladies. I ain't wasting no time. It's a little bit after 12, and I was hoping to get this recording out before 12 o'clock, but I didn't. But to me, it's still, I still made it happen. You'll receive it. Oh, wow. How do I keep forgetting to put my phone on silent? But here we go, ladies. Prosperity. And what prosperity is prosperity is being successful. Well, prosperity, can awesome. Okay, so prosperity can mean a couple of different things. Prosperity, people look at prosperity as an opportunity to gain. People look at prosperity as, when we say prosperity, a lot of us think money, but you can be prosperous in many areas of your life, which leads me to why there's part one of this episode tonight, and part two on the next episode. Part one, we're going to discuss mental and spiritual, the mental and spiritual area of prosperity. And then on part two, we're going to discuss physical, money, and sexual prosperity. So, prosperity, again, is a condition of believing, or a condition of being successful. Think of the areas in your life where you're successful, you're gaining, you're thriving, and you're doing those things and you're making it happen. So there are many reasons I talk to you about why we are stuck. There are many reasons why, we're unable to succeed. Many reasons why we're going through what we're going through. But I figured I'd come and try to bring you something, that is not like too down, but yet still will reach you where you are. And, if you're having a problem with prospering, then this message is for you, sis. So again, this is your girl, leading Lady Dar here, founder of that wonderful organization, Walking Them Shoes. And sis, it's not about the hills, it's not about the wedges, it's not about the flats, it's definitely not about the stilettos. And I probably should re-say that. It's not about the stilettos, and it's definitely not about those flats, okay? But I just want to encourage you on today to, stand tall, ladies. Stand tall in all that you do. Stand tall and don't slouch for no one. Don't even slouch for yourself. Stand tall and slouch for no one, okay? So here we go. Prosperity. Your girl, leading Lady Dar here. Don't know it all. I don't profess to know it all. I don't even want to know it all, okay? I need more than enough. I want to know more than enough. And I think I'm there. I haven't arrived completely yet, but your girl is on her way. I'm forever learning. I'm forever teaching. I'll forever be a student in life, okay? So what I know, I share. And I always say, what I learn, I teach. So here I am. So Dar has her own, uh she's constantly making up something and constantly putting something together. And I can take a word and break a word down and also create acronyms for it, and it becomes more meaningful to me, at least. But here we go. So ladies, when we speak about prosperity, i I don't know where you are, but wherever you are, you know where you are. And I always ask that you be honest with yourself. Be honest with yourself, because when you're honest with yourself, you're able to receive, you're able to change, you're able to make some progress. So I just want to say this to you on tonight. Do not capitulate anything. Do not capitulate on yourself. Do not capitulate. Well, maybe I shouldn't use that term, but if you all know what it means, you know what it means. Don't give up on yourself. That's all I'm saying. Don't give up on yourself. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your goals. Don't give up on your family. You owe it to yourself to continue to strive and thrive, succeed, and prosper. And here are some ways that Dara is trying to teach you how to prosper if you're having a problem in certain areas of your life. And again, tonight we're going to discuss the my what I like to call my own home remedies. But we're going to talk about mental, and we'll talk about the spiritual aspect. We won't delve too deep into and just pretty much touch the surface because one, I wanted to just come to you tonight just to let you know I have not forgotten about you. And if it wasn't for me having hospital encounters, that I would have been here, ladies. I would have been here to show up for you, but nonetheless, your girl is here and making it happen and delivering to you such a great word, such an impactful word, such an impactful message. So let's get started. Dar has created some pretty prosperous points. Okay. So these are tips that will help us prosper. And what I'm sharing tonight will help you prosper mentally, but it will also help you. It'll help you spiritually. Oh my God, yeah, it will help you mentally, spiritually. It will help you physically, and in a monetary sense, financially. It will also help you sexually, right? I'm trying to figure out how it will help you sexually. I guess we'll talk that. We'll talk about that, discuss that when we get there, which will be in our next episode. But here we go, ladies. Dora's pretty prosperous points. And you all know that one of my courses that I have is called Shifted for Success. I've created and I've started, have not finished a book on um, Shifted for Success, but it's close to being finished, and it has a lot of great information in there that will help you shift to that next level of your life. So here is Dora's pretty prosperous points, and this is in that book shift. So pretty prosperous points is really 7 daily gratitudes, ways to show gratitude. What I do is I call it the 3-4-7 rule. And I made this up. I have no idea why, how, when, but I mean, I do know when I was going through some difficult times and challenges in my life. But here we go. My 3-4-7 rule, which is the pretty prosperous points, is for you to write down. Take some time and, you're meditating, you're thinking, and, you're pondering and you're praying and you have this time to yourself. So utilize it to edify yourself, utilize it to, do something that will help better you, yourself as a being. So my 3-4-7 rule is for you to write in your journal or your book, whatever it is that you have, 3 things you're grateful for in the morning. First thing in the morning when you get up, and I'm going to actually breeze through these because I'm not going to be before you long. I'm going to give you 30 minutes. 30 minutes, I promise you. So 3 things you're grateful for in the morning. And you can do as many as you want, but this is something that I had just started when I first got started in this and started doing like my personal development, because that's what I do. That's what I love. That's what I love. I purposely work on myself. I intentionally work on myself. I've committed myself to working on myself harder on myself than I do any other thing, and especially any other business. But here we go. 3 things you're grateful for in the morning. So get a pen, write this down. Pretty prosperous points. The 3-4-7 rule, Doris 3-4-7 rule. 3 things you're grateful for in the morning. There you go. When you come home in the evening, at night, before you go to bed, 4 things that you're grateful for in the PM, right? 3 + 4 = 7. Before you know it, the end of the day, there's a total of 7 daily gratitude, 7 daily things that you've written down. And it's like, instead of just writing in a gratitude journal, you might not have one. If you don't have one, you just get a notebook, spiral notebook, composition book, whatever it is you have. Even if you don't have that and you have stickies, write it down. And the second tip that I would like to share with you. So pretty prosperous points was one. The second one I would like to share with you is a silent shutdown shift. Dar shuts down, and not shut down in a depressive type way. I just back off. I push away and I kind of tune things down and I focus on myself. But in a silent shutdown shift, what I do is for a period of 72 hours. And for some people, they can't do this 72 hours, for whatever reasons, having children or just being so busy and, having so much and so many different things occupy your time. But when you can actually pencil it in on your calendar and think when you'll be able to do it and plan for it. But it's a 72-hour kind of like hold on yourself. You just kind of shutting down, and I call it a silent shutdown because me personally, I pull back away from any type of entertainment. I sit with God during this time, and of course, no, not 72 not every hour of that 72 hours I'm able to do that, but my time is focused on spending that time with God and making sure that I'm sitting silently to be able to hear from Him. I also do that social media detox. I know some of you may go on my social media, especially walking them shoes, and sometimes some of my posts are scheduled, but sometimes I do it manually, and sometimes I'm missing a day or two because I may be in that 72-hour social media detox. It's like living just a pretty basic business life. You're going to work, come home, shut down. And it's not a shutdown, people, where you're shutting down because you're depressed. Not that type of shutdown. Just no special activities. That's all. And this last one that I want to leave you with is something that I created, and I guess some of you may find it corny, but this is my remedy. This is what I go on. These are the thoughts that I think of, and I plan ways, and I position myself to learn different things. I teach myself different things, so I'm grateful for this because this has helped me greatly. And when I told you don't capitulate, for those of you who don't know what capitulate means, it basically means don't give up. Like, a lot of people are so quick to give up because they're stressed out, because they're hurting, because of whatever reasons. You're having a struggle with identity crisis. You're having a struggle with your finances. You're having a struggle academically. You're having a struggle with that boss that is just nagging you, that is that thorn in your side. So a lot of people struggle with a lot of different things. But listen, Dora get ready to give you the prescription for you. I'm going to give you the prescription to cure all, the prescription of being all, okay? It is, I call it my own, I've created my own prescription pad. And I'll share this with you if you like. I'll actually literally give you what it is that I have and what I write out from time to time. And what it is, guys, is ladies, I'm so sorry, ladies. What it is you think about when you're given a prescription, when you go to the doctor's office and they're so quick to shove medication down your throat. You think about it. Most times we need it and sometimes we don't, but we may take that prescription that now they're electronic. So sometimes we don't get it in our hand. It's sent electronically to our pharmacist, but most often back in the day, and even sometimes now still, they'll give you a written prescription. And if you notice that on that written prescription, what does it have on there? There's about 4, 5, 6 maybe key elements that is always on a prescription, a written prescription, whether it come from your primary, whether it come from a specialist, whoever it come from. There are like key components on this prescription pad. Here we go. Dar's prescription pad, it has the date, and we'll utilize today as August 31st, but I guess we're pretty much have crossed over to September 1st. And then you'll also have your diagnosis. And what I said, as far as people having problems, dealing with problems, some people are suffering with depression. Some people are suffering with anxiety. Some people are, and anxiety, depression, all of these are underlying issues with, other things that are going on. And I guess I probably should have just, came and shared with you that a lot of times this doesn't cure all, but this surely helps. And it has helped me in the past, that if you shift your focus, what your mind focus on, I always ask you, what are you focused on? But if you shift your mind, shift the focus in your head, it will ultimately shift the feelings in your heart. And a lot of times these feelings that we have in our bodies and our minds and in our heart, we begin to act off of them. And sometimes these thoughts, we just have a rough time getting through, and it begin to act out in our bodies. And this is how this anxiety and this depression come about. Chemical imbalances, yada, 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 right? But I want to give you this prescription here. So today's date is today. And your diagnosis, what? Anxiety, depression. We're not claiming any of that. I'm just using those as an example. But your procedure code, well, most often if it's written for a medication, prescription, you don't see the prescription code on there. But if you ever seen an order, if you've ever been written a prescription to have an X-ray, MRI, any cardiology procedures, anything of that nature, you will see a procedure code on there, which 9 times out of 10 is probably like a 5-digit code, like 99871 or something like that. Yeah, you'll see a procedure code or maybe even a CPT code, which is actually your diagnosis code. I work in a hospital, so I should know better, right? But let's just say your procedure code, right? I put on my pad, my prescription pad, that my procedure code is WORD, WORD. And I put that there because, of course, me always trying to define what certain things mean. I look at the word word and I realized that I could break that word down. And breaking that word down, guess what I discovered? Guess what I came up with? We overcome running by developing. Or you can use we overcome rejection by developing. Everything that I do, down to personal development, is helping us to develop, helping us to become a better person. So again, my acronym, the word WORD, that's the procedure code. That's the diagnosis if you want to put that down. No, that's not the diagnosis. The diagnosis is anxiety, depression. The procedure code, CPT code, however you want to put it, is WORD. We overcome rejection by developing. We overcome running by developing. No need to run, boo. Whatever it is that you're dealing with, there's no need to run. God got you. So here are some directions that I've written on my prescription pad. Utilize this, sis. Read this over and over and over again. I mean, not read it. Listen to it over and over and over again and write it down and see how it works for you. So here are the directions. Instructions. They tell you take what, 0.5 milligrams or something. But my instructions is to take 100.00 milligrams, and we abbreviate those milligrams as mg, right? Mg for me is me and God. That those initials mg is me and God. So the instructions is take 100.00 milligram of tablets or liquid, if however you choose. Mg equals me and God. You want to take that daily, baby, daily. The other directions would be take it 3 times a day. That's daily, right? And for how long, sis, will be for however long you need it. But I can tell you this much with those directions, taking it 3 times a day, you better take it for the rest of your life. That is the cure all and the be all. That's Dar's way of putting it. I don't know how else to tell you, sis, but the word of God, if you caught what I was saying in this message, I hope I delivered it to you that you can break this down to have a better understanding and break it down. All I'm saying in a nutshell is this. I've given you 3 different principles, 3 different techniques, ideas, ways to really combat that anxiety, that high level of stress, that depression, whatever it is you're going through. Sis, I'm trying to tell you, this week here, mentally and spiritually, we're speaking in terms of, but next week we're going to talk more about physical, financially, and sexual prosperity. If you learn to apply these principles and learn to, focus on these principles, again, shifting your focus, and I'll go back to my principles, pretty prosperous points that Dar has created. My 3-4-7 rule is to write 3 things down that you're grateful for in the morning. When you return home, come back in the evening, at night before you go to bed, write down another 4. That's a total of 7. You've written down 7 things that you're grateful for. Then you're going to turn around and do and schedule yourself for a silent shutdown, a silent shutdown shift. That's a 72-hour hold where you're just not being involved with a lot of nonsense that we do on the telephone. Sometimes we're talking, listening to other people talk and talk about nothing, and we're allowing ourselves to be filled with so much nonsense when there's so much more that you can be focused on. We want you to focus on winning. I want you to focus on winning. I want you to focus on striving, becoming the best person that you can possibly be. So we talked about prosperity tonight, sis. It's for you. God wants you to win. God wants you to succeed. He want to see you succeed. Dar want to see you succeed. So that's why I'm telling you, shift your focus. If you shift your focus, shift the focus in your head, it changes the feelings in your heart. And you already know we moving off our heart and our emotions when we start to feel good. Come on now. You're going to start making much better moves. You'll start making much better moves because you'll start to feel good about yourself. So it's all about the shifting. I just shared with you some of the principles that I've used, some of the techniques that I use to get me through some hard times, some rough times, some challenging times. And I just want you to do this. Stay committed. I want you to repeat this. Whatever it is that you decide in your heart to do, whatever it is, you have something, you have a goal that you want to accomplish. I want you to get emotionally and intellectually involved in it. I want you to give it your all. Be intentional about it because you got this, sis. So it is your girl, Lady Dar. I think of when you're going through a rough time, think about that prescription that leading Lady Dar told you about. Do not capitulate anything. Work through it. Work on it. And I'm going to tell you this. Let go of what was and have faith in what will be. I'll say it again. Let go of what was and have faith in what will be. Do you get it? You understand where I'm coming from, sis? It is all about prosperity, and prosperity is just not change and money in your pocket. It's prosperity in your life. It's prosperity in your mental and your well-being, your finances. Yes, we already know that. Spiritually, sexually, prosperity is there for you. So stay encouraged on today. It is your girl leading Lady Dar here. Do not forget to head over to walkingthemshoesllc.com. Subscribe to that page. Follow me on Instagram under Walking Them Shoes. Also go over to Facebook, join the Facebook group. Follow the business page, Walking Them Shoes. Listen, stay connected. Don't forget to head over to YouTube channel under Walking Them Shoes. Your girl, leading Lady Dar, is trying to meet you. She is trying to encourage you. She's trying to help you along on this journey of becoming the best version of yourself, sis. I got you. I'm your biggest cheerleader, ladies. I'm trying to tell you, get intellectually and emotionally involved in whatever it is that you really want. And I mean, really be intentional about it, okay? So utilize what I just shared with you. You can create your own prescription bag, your own prescription pad, write out your own prescription for your remedy. But clearly, if it's something, whatever it is that you're doing, if it's not working for you, then reach out for some help, sis. It is your girl leading Lady Dar here. Stay encouraged on today. And remember, slouch for no one. Stand tall and slouch for no one. Walking them shoes is not about the hills. It's not about the wedges, is not about the heels, it's not about the wedges, it's not about the stilettos, and it's definitely not about the flats. So stay encouraged on today. It's your girl leading Lady Dar here, coming before you to encourage you, to inspire you to blaze the trail to success. And the only way to blaze that trail to success, sis, is for you to get through. You're an overcomer. You're an achiever. You have to get through these things. You have to overcome some things. You have to be able to achieve these things. So your girl here is rooting for you.